sorry.
Why can't you?
It's wrong.
No, it's not wrong, Jimmy. You did this before, all the guilt, all the should I or shouldn't I. You did it. And you decided to be with me and Elliot. And you know why? Because you love me.
I can't believe I cheated on Nicola.
Oh, but you did. You did because she was a mistake. Yeah, it's tough and it's gonna hurt her. But she was second best. Look, this is all about you and me, Jimmy. And that's the way it's meant to be.
Paying her off? Oh, I suppose that's a possibility, but... there is one major thing wrong with that, Nicola. We don't have any money.
I'll find some.
And even if we did have some, don't you think it'd be better spent trying to find ourselves somewhere new to live?
Right now, this is more important. I'll give her some cash and tell her to get her twisted little face and ridiculous boobs out of here. Never come back. Don't look at me like that. Carl will help with the money. He hates her nearly as much as I do. Dad, I can't take this anymore. I want her out of my life. I want her gone.
Right, lads, I need your help. Which one?
Ah, glad you asked, because I am a style guru, and blue is definitely your colour.
And red isn't?
No,
You saying I don't look good in red?
I didn't say that.
Are you saying if I wore this red top, I'd look like an old slapper?
She's winding you up, mate.
Yeah, I figured that.
I can't wait for my birthday knees up.
Pace yourself, Mum. There's hours left yet.
OK, well, we can have a little chat then. Now, what shall we talk about? Oh, I know. You could tell me what treats you got in store for Aaron.
Is this just you trying to keep me busy?
No, this is me trying to stop you being a selfish git. Oh, come on, you've got the whole internet at your fingertips. Well, sort of. You must be able to come up with something.
I feel like whatever I do, I'm wrecking someone's life. And it's killing me.
If there was some way we could be together without hurting anyone, that would be great. But there isn't. You just have to be brave.
It's not brave to walk away from your wife and kid.
Look, it is. It is if you tell her the truth. Look, I've said this before. You just have to stand in front of her and tell her. Tell her you're sorry, but you don't love her.
I've tried, and I can't. I can't do it. It'll break her heart.
You're breaking mine, Jim. Don't I count? Don't you feel anything for me?
She's more than second best. I would never have married someone that I don't love.
Please, Jimmy. Just listen to your heart.
She's my wife. I can't turn my back on her and Angelica. I can't do it.
What about me and Elliot?
I'll support you. Of course I will. But I'm married to Nicola. That means I have a responsibility.
Please. Please don't do this.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. I'm so sorry.
I did not think it was possible to go off chocolate. Need a break.
Put the kettle on then.
Hello. I've been working.
Hannah, don't look at me, I'm doing an essay. I'm a recovering addict. I need to take it easy.
Right. And when's that excuse going to stop working?
Reckon it'll last a while, yeah?
Got any gaffer tape? Put a window in the caravan.
Yeah, I always carry some round with me. Draw by the sink.
Nice one. What's that you doing?
Physics homework. It's all about Kirchhoff's second law.
Kirchhoff? Did you just sneeze? Go on then. Tell me all about it.
It's weird, actually, because it seems like it's common sense. It's all about the conservation of energy and the conservation of an electrical charge, but but actually it's not very interesting.
I think you lost me at common sense. I was just on my way out.
Oh, yeah? And then these mean girls forced you to stay and have a brew, did they? Come on, we've got work to do.
Yeah, see ya.
You love him.
Shut up.
I don't know how you can work after you've had a pint at lunch.
Plenty of caffeine helps. Make us a coffee.
Did your mum never teach you the magic word?
Make us a coffee now.
No, don't. I need to talk. Kelly's come out with it. She's come out and said it.
Said what?
That she's stealing Jimmy.
That's hardly news.
No, but she admitted it to me. Standing there with that nasty smirk of hers. I tell you, I could slap that face all day and not get tired of it.
So, you want to talk about what to do?
No. I know what to do. I'm going to pay her off.
What?
I can afford to scrape maybe 1,000 together, but you'll have to donate.
Hang on, you're going to pay her?
It's the only language she understands.
I don't have the kind of money you need. Chaz cleaned me out.
Carl, you can't be taking this seriously.
You can afford to contribute, and after that, it's down to you. How much are you willing to pay for your brother's happiness?
No, no way.
What, you on her side?
No, of course not, but I'm not going to do that.
You think she'll keep the money and stay, don't you? But if she does that, Jimmy will see she's a thieving little cow we can't lose.
I think you're insane.
Fine. We know where you stand. It's just you and me, then. How much have you got?
Right, I'm off.
I think that Alicia was right.
About what?
It's my fault. I kept spoiling him.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I got him that jumper and I was always getting him little treats. And how do you think that made her feel?
Just stop.
And she did it because of Justin as well.
Layla, it is not your fault that Alicia stole from us. And it's not Justin's either, it's hers.
You're just being a typical man. You're seeing everything black and white and, you know, it's not that simple.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Maybe I should apologise.
What?
Well, I could...
No, don't! Don't even think about it.
I don't think you're trying to see this from her point of view.
No, Layla, I'm not trying to see it from her point of view. You're unbelievable.
What do you want?
I want to talk.
What do you think you're doing? You can't come marching in here.
It's not your house. You don't get to tell me if I can come in.
Have you seen Jimmy?
Why?
Never mind. What do you want?
To get rid of you.
It's never gonna happen.
Oh, I think it is. You see, I'm going to give you exactly what you're after.
Jimmy?
Kelly, please, it's me. You don't have to pretend. We both know what a money-grabbing trollop you are. 2,340 quid. Every penny I could lay my hands on. Leave the village, never come back, and it's yours.
Suppose you want me to do a speech now?
No, you're all right, thanks.
Oh, well, if you insist. I'd just like to say a big thank you to all of you. You've all been brilliant friends. Except you. You've been rubbish. I'm joking, obviously. It's not been easy the past few months for any of us. And, well, without the support from you lot, I don't think we'd have got through it, so cheers, all of you. Thank you. Cheers.
You've been a ray of light, my dear, in a dark time.
One of those booming strobe lights that gives you a massive headache.
Oi!
I'm even willing to go and see Russell Watson with you. That is how good a friend you are.
I can always give your tickets to someone else, you know.
Oh, no, don't do that. No, you promised I could have it.
I think he's a secret fan.
You need a top up.
Oh, thank you. Cheers.
Right, drinks are on Paddy then.
Oh, lovely.
I'll have a white wine spritzer.
And mine's a pint. You're a very generous man, Paddy.
Apparently, yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I'm off the booze tonight.
Really?
Yeah, if you can't drink, then I'm not going to do either. Not a drop will pass these lips.
You might just be the most thoughtful boyfriend in the world ever.
I think I might be, yeah.
You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for coming.
Where's Josh?
I've seen your mother when she's had a few. This will be no place for kids. Are you okay?
Me, could be better.
I think Paddy needs a hand. Are you sure you're okay?
If I could get up and do a little dance for you, I would. But look, I'm smiling, aren't I? I'm fine. I'll do as Dad says. Go and have a drink and disgrace yourself.
I don't mind if I do.
I didn't think you had that much.
I don't. But I'm not the only person who wants you gone. Well, come on, what are you waiting for?
You must really love Jim.
Of course I do. I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with him.
I thought so too. When Elliot was born, I thought I saw a future for the three of us.
Right. That'll be the kid you're using like a bargaining chip. Great mum you are.
I've raised Elliot on my own. I've done my best for him without a friend in the world, so don't you dare say I'm a bad mum.
I don't care if you're Mary Flaming Poppins. I want my life back. I want my husband back.
You know he likes me better, don't you? And it's tearing you apart.
You want to be a good mum? Take the money and spend it on your brat.
I'll think about it.
What do you want from me? Do you want this? Here, you can have it. You can have everything.
Blimey.
Don't mess around, please. Just take the money.
You're gonna start begging next. That should be funny.
I hate you so much.
I know.
I want Jimmy back.
I'll think about it.
Kelly.
That's all you're gonna get. Bye.
I'm not going.
Yes, you are.
Can I get off early? There's nothing going on.
You can unpack that box.
Me and you need to talk.
Yeah, well, we can't right now because we're busy, aren't we?
Nope. Listen to me. Alicia stole from us. She's lucky we didn't call the police, and you want to go over there and say that you're sorry.
David, I really don't feel like you're trying to understand. You know, she's my sister, and she's been having a really hard time.
Amy, serve them, will you? Come on.
What's up with them? She's giving him grief, as usual. Anyway, I'm getting off in a minute, so what do you want to do?
Talking of getting off,
What?
Vic says you and Kane. She says you really did.
Ah, you are such a kid. Yes, me and Kane, we really did.
He's like 50, and he's really nasty.
No, he's like 30 and he's really hot. Anyway, tell me about your new farm boy.
Oh, he's pretty fit.
Oh, I'll have to check him out. Come on, I've had enough. Let's go. Yeah.
I'm not getting through to you, am I?
I'm off then, bye.
Hey, hang on.
But no, you said I could.
No, I didn't say you could leave early.
Layla, are you listening to me?
Yes. I don't know why I'm bothering. I don't want Alicia and Jacob staying at Andy's. I just want them at home with us where they belong.
Right, I get it.
What? What'd you get?
You'd do anything, wouldn't you?
What are you on about?
You? You go crawling back to your sister when she's completely in the wrong because she's so desperate to get Jacob back.
No.
Yes. This is about him just the same as it always is.
No, it isn't.
Layla, it's bad enough lying to me, but don't start lying to yourself.
So what are we doing now?
We could get the bus into town. I don't think Val and Eric would be too keen on that.
I thought you were all right with them now.
Well, it depends what you call all right. They're still not too chuffed about the whole me and Kane thing. Is that him? Well, I told you he was fit.
He's all right.
Too young.
You all right?
We've got to go.
Why'd you have to go?
Stuff to do, haven't we? Yes.
Stuff.
See you then.
Bye. What's up with you?
Oh, she wants some more to herself.
Shut up.
How long does it take to think about it?
Yeah, all right, Nicola.
I know she's a bit dim, but it's pretty straightforward. Take the money, go.
All right, don't torture yourself. You've done it now, so... Jimmy?
Rodney,
All right? I'll make myself scarce.
Nice day with Kelly.
I don't want to talk about Kelly. I want to talk about us.
So do I. That's all I really want to talk about, you and me.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to be straight with everyone. And it's hard. But this is what I want. I want to be a dad. To Elliot, as well as to Angelica.
Jimmy,
Wait! Call me old-fashioned, but when I say I do, when I say for better or for worse, I'm not messing about.
Oh, Jimmy.
Whatever happened before, or might have happened, it's in the past. It's over. I want to be a good husband. There's no reason why this can't work. I can't take any more confusion. No more lies. No more sneaking around behind one another's backs. Just you and me trying to make the best of it.
So I said to myself, Hazel, what's called for now is a bit of tact, which, as you well know, Ashley, is my strong point.
I've noticed that.
So I said to him, look, mate, you're a lovely bloke. You've got gorgeous eyes, which you did have. He had gorgeous eyes. But the problem is you're not for me. You talk too much.
Well, that's your department.
You do like to talk. It's true.
Hey, Paddy, I thought you said you weren't going to drink anymore.
I'm not. I just want one more small pint, please. Just a small one, like little pint.
And a large whiskey for myself, please. Just to keep him company, you understand?
Anyway, what's wrong with a bit of talking?
Thank you, Pearl.
Blokes don't like talking because they can't do it. They're rubbish at it. Yeah, my Aaron mainly communicates with grunts and shrugs, don't you, darling?
Excuse me, I think you'll find I'm a very good talker.
Yeah, but you're a bit like a girl anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. I've got some beers at mine if you want to get off after this.
Yeah?
Something about drunk parents, isn't there? Think it can't get any worse, and then they find whole new ways of embarrassing you.
Oh, it's good she's enjoying herself, though, isn't it?
You want to go out tomorrow?
Not with your mum now.
No, Aaron. Not with her. There's a comedy gig in town and I've got a couple of tickets.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, don't get too excited. That'd be rubbish.
Well, as long as it's us two and it's not here, and it'd be good.
Maybe we should go away. Just you and me, spend some time getting to know each other again.
Yeah, maybe.
Away from any distractions, away from, you know.
Kelly.
Should we do that? Shall we?
Are you going to get that?
No. Don't want any interruptions.
Well, just send them away so that we can talk.
Get lost.
Don't you want to know what I've decided?
You've lost Kelly. He wants to be with me.
What's going on? What have you decided?
You didn't tell him.
Get out now, I'm warning you.
Don't lose your rag again. This is what she was like before.
I don't understand.
She came round earlier. Offered me 2,000 quid to leave.
What?
I don't want your money. You can have it. She was crazy when she come round before. I thought she was going to hit me again.
That's a lie. She's lying to you.
Elliot was really scared. And I was.
Is this true?
No, she's lying. Elliot wasn't even there. You scheming cow.
No.
I'm not lying. Look, there's the money.
Jimmy, she admitted it to my face. She wants to steal you away from me.
She's the one who's lying. I just told her I love you. I can't help it. I love you more than anything.
I'll kill you, you bitch.
I can't take much more of this. I'm sorry, Jimmy. You mean the world to me, but I'm so sorry.
Please. Please don't believe her. Don't believe a word she says.
Did you try to pay her off?
Yeah. Yeah. That part's true, but nothing else. She's evil, Jimmy. This is what she wants, you and me arguing. For God's sakes, how many times have I told you?
Yeah, so you keep saying all along, she's the scheming one, she's the one that can't be trusted, she's the one that's lying to me. But you're the one that hits her, you're the one that's scheming, you're the one that always lies.
Please, Jimmy, I had no choice.
Yes, you did. You could have told me the truth.
I was desperate.
I chose you. I chose you over her, and you do this to me. I so desperately need somebody I can trust, Nicola.
It's me. You can trust me. Please, I promise.
No, I can't. I thought I could, but I can't. I don't know who you are.
So has Kelly finally won her man? Adele Silva chats about her devious storyline in an exclusive interview now at itv.com/Emmerdale. The Past catches up to Munro tonight. It's the final episode on the way at 9. Up next though, what's next for Liz? Find out in Corrie.
Colour of her eyes, hear her voice.
Penny List knows the agony of carrying a baby for weeks, only for her to be born dead.
I always look at that and think that's the only sort of picture I've got of her alive.
This is her memory box, all that's left of her baby Lilia, who she carried for 35 weeks. Photographs and even Lilia's palm and footprints, together with a lock of her hair. No one knows why she was born dead.
I held her for a long time. I kind of talked to her and just, told all the things that I wanted to tell her, that, about how I wouldn't forget her and I would always remember her and love her and all those sort of things.
Even at antenatal groups, stillbirth is rarely talked about. Until today's figures, it's been a hidden problem. But the risk of stillbirth is 1 in 200 and more for older women or those who smoke or those who are overweight.
Many parents are aware of cot death, but stillbirths are 10 times more common than cot death. In addition, we want to see more research because we simply do not know why many babies have died. In many instances, we do feel that babies' lives could have been saved.
Doctors agree. They believe better screening could dramatically reduce the number of stillbirths. Perhaps they estimate by half.
I think there is the potential for preventing a substantial proportion, and by substantial proportion I would have thought it wouldn't be unrealistic to think that 50% of the deaths would be potentially preventable if we had better tools for detecting the compromised baby and these were turned into a screening programme.
4,000 deaths a year like baby Lilia are very sad. That half of those could be prevented is a tragedy.
Lawrence, these are desperate figures, aren't they? Is the answer simply to invest more resources for pregnant women?
Well, I think the basic trouble, Julie, is that doctors just don't know enough yet about the pregnancies that go wrong. For example, the number of stillbirths in Britain had been declining quite dramatically in the 80s and 90s. But in the last decade, that decline has slowed down. The number has fallen hardly at all. That's why we're 32nd out of 35 well-off countries in the international comparison tables that the Lancet Journal has published today. But no one knows why the decline has suddenly stopped. Equally, nearly a third, 30% of stillbirths have no known cause. So clearly there's a lot more research that has to be done. It's not simply a question of throwing more money at it, of more resources. The doctors I've spoken to are pretty sure that they can significantly reduce the number of stillbirths with better antenatal treatment and especially with better screening involving ultrasound scanning. But the problem is that the research has not yet told them enough for them to know how to formulate those programs of screening
and antenatal care.
Okay, Lawrence, thank you very much.
In other news, BP faced anger today as it held its first general meeting since the Gulf of Mexico oil spill. Protesters, one smeared with oil, gathered at a conference centre in London this morning. The meeting was held just a few days before the anniversary of the Gulf of Mexico disaster.
Thousands of prison officers will be balloted on taking unprecedented industrial action in protest at the government's plans to privatise more jails. It's illegal for wardens to strike, but around 30,000 are to vote on whether to take such action. Last month, the government put troops on standby in case of disruption.
And a British tourist, Lee Brown, has died in police custody in Dubai after being arrested for swearing. His family was told he had been beaten by officers. A post-mortem there is reported to have found that he choked on his own vomit. There's been praise today for the courage of film star Catherine Zeta-Jones for admitting to mental illness and for admitting herself into a treatment centre. She suffers from a form of depression. It has been brought on by watching her husband Michael Douglas struggle against throat cancer. Nina Nanar reports.
Just weeks ago, Catherine Zeta-Jones was at Buckingham Palace being honoured with a CBE. She hinted at the strain she was under when asked for advice for William and Kate on their upcoming marriage.
Through thick or thin, I guess, is the only advice, and this past year has tested us on many levels.
It now transpires it wasn't only her husband's battle with throat cancer that was testing the couple, but also her own mental illness, which last week resulted in her checking into a psychiatric hospital for treatment for bipolar 2 disorder. In public, all seemed well as she stood by her husband Michael Douglas's side. But the mental illness, formerly known as manic depression, can be triggered by stress, with sufferers veering between extreme highs and lows. The actress's excitable appearance at an awards show last year has led to questions about whether she was already showing the strains of her illness.
That man there who's a movie star and I get to sleep with him every night. Thank you.
Her husband's treatment was successful, but it seems the trauma of the past year took its toll, leading to today's dramatic announcement by the actress. Ruby Wax has made her clinical depression the subject of a stage show, but the actress and comedian says mental illness remains a huge taboo.
Once you couldn't say you were gay, then it was AIDS, now it's mental illness. On the other hand, more people have mental illness than all of them wiped together, or you know somebody. But it's such a fearful illness that people try to keep a distance.
Mental health charities have warned depression can happen to anyone and have applauded Zeta-Jones for admitting she needed help and then getting it.
Somebody having the courage to speak out and face what is actually quite a serious mental health condition is very, very important, because the worst thing is untreated depression.
The 41-year-old actress stayed in hospital for 5 days and is now, says her publicist, feeling great and about to start work again. Nina Nanar, ITV News.
Manchester City captain Carlos Tevez will miss Saturday's FA Cup semi-final against Manchester United with a hamstring problem. The loss of the striker, who's been ruled out for up to a month, is a big setback to City, who are chasing their first serious trophy for 35 years. But City manager Roberto Mancini says there's a real chance to change that.
I think that we should understand very well that we can change our way and the history of the club. Is a big moment for us.
On tomorrow's front pages, after today's arguments about immigration, the Telegraph highlights a new statistic that 1 in 8 people living in Britain was born abroad. The Express says that record numbers of final salary pension schemes are closing. It says millions will be denied the retirement income they had been working for. And The Guardian reports that the Metropolitan Police's tactic of containing or kettling protesters at the G20 summit 2 years ago has been ruled illegal by the High Court.
And finally, the head of air traffic control in the United States resigned today after yet another air traffic controller was found asleep on the job. There have been 5 this year, 2 this week. In the latest, the controller slept through the landing of a medical flight carrying a seriously ill patient. Our Washington correspondent Robert Moore reports.
If you are a passenger flying anywhere in the world, you have every right to expect the air traffic controller guiding your flight to be alert, or at least awake. But Americans are realizing that is not always the case. This air ambulance flight was trying to land in Reno, Nevada, with a critically ill patient aboard.
Don't lock on ground, clearance, or tower. Okay, we're going to call him on the phone line. All right, we'll circle some more. We've got a pretty sick patient. We may just have to land whether we have clearance or not.
It's now emerged that for 16 minutes, the air traffic controller was asleep. Still more worryingly, in Washington's Reagan Airport, just over the river from the White House, 2 planes on their final approach were on their own. The tower was failing to respond.
Well, I'm going to take a guess and say that the controller got locked out.
Actually wrong. The controller was not locked out, he was also asleep. And in Knoxville, Tennessee, the supervisor had turned the control room into a bedroom. None of this is amusing America's transportation secretary.
What happened in these control towers with controllers sleeping is outrageous. It's the kind of behavior that we will not tolerate.
So it is quite literally a wake-up call for America's air traffic controllers. They counter, they are the victims of government cutbacks. Either way, it is not exactly reassuring for pilots or for passengers. Now extra staff are being sent in to ensure controllers don't ever again drift off to sleep when we need them the most. Robert Moore, ITV News, Washington.
And that is tonight's ITV News at 10.
The national weather is next, followed by the news from your part of the UK. But from the two of us, good night, and thank you for watching.
Good night.
Chilly outside, sizzling inside. The ITV National Weather, sponsored by the Cooperative. Good with food.
Hello again, a very good evening to you. It really has been quite a cloudy picture across many parts of the UK through today, and it continues that way as we move through the night with the thickest cloud across the central and western parts and light and patchy rain here. Quite a misty, murky sort of picture. Temperatures all at 6s and 7s. As we look ahead to tomorrow, very little changes. Always the thickest cloud across those central and western areas. The chance of some brighter breaks in places, but generally speaking, we are looking at a very cloudy end to the week, with more cloud and patchy light rain arriving up towards the far northwestern parts during the second half of the day, and breezy here as well. Temperatures fairly average for the time of year, 13 to 15 Celsius, but we're starting to see some slightly warmer stuff down towards the southeast. That's it. Good night. See you soon.
The ITV National Weather, sponsored by the Cooperative. Good with food.
Good evening, welcome to the late news and sport from ITV Granada. The widow of a Royal Navy officer killed on board a nuclear submarine says his death's left a void that can't be filled. Lieutenant Commander Ian Molyneux from Wigan was shot dead while HMS Astute was docked in Southampton. Claire Fallon has more.
He was one of the best at what he did, and for me he was the best at what he did. And he had a great future ahead of him. And that's left me feeling very empty.
In the 6 days since her husband was shot dead, Gillian Molyneux has had to explain to their 4 children that their dad won't be coming home. A dad who they saw as a hero.
Bethany doesn't really truly understand at 6 years old the fact that she won't see her daddy again. Charlie understands something is wrong, but he has no idea.
Lieutenant Commander Ian Molyneux was killed on board HMS Astute last week. One of his fellow crew members has already appeared in court. 22-year-old Ryan Donovan charged with Ian's murder and trying to kill 3 others. At the home in Wigan she used to share with her husband, Gillian Molyneux says she's been overwhelmed by support, but that she knows the void in her life can't be filled.
His life here revolved around them. And to the children, he was their hero.
In other news tonight, a judge is to decide if a council's right to cut respite care to a group of families with disabled children. They say they'll be devastated if the service goes. From Blackburn, Matt O'Donoghue reports.
14-year-old Simon has had a difficult start. With ADHD, severe learning difficulties, dyspraxia and dyslexia, his family have struggled to cope. Looking after Simon is just about a full-time job.
We couldn't control him properly. He used to batter his sister, used to come home from school, stress and everything else, and just made life generally miserable for everybody that was in the house.
But for 2 hours on a Monday and Tuesday, Tanya and her other children get a break. It's changed the family's lives. Simon's been learning to kickbox, supported by the charity Kids and paid for by the local authority.
It's better for me, it's better for my mum and dad because I'm not in the house. It's a lot easier for school because I'm not as stressed as I were.
28 families like Simon's are currently funded through the Kids scheme, helping children aged 14 to 18. But the council's lost £33 million of funding in just 1 year. Simon's family and nearly 30 others supported by Kids have now been told their money's run out.
Every local authority has had a very difficult time in the last few months with all the cuts and so on. But we work with about half the local authorities in the country, and there are only 3 others that have done anything similar.
The council is currently tied up in a court battle to decide whether they must continue to fund the Kids scheme, so they couldn't comment. But what they did say is that the most vulnerable members of their society remain their top priority. Kids say they believe what the council has done is illegal. The case, which has implications for families across our region, will be decided at the end of next month. Matt O'Donoghue, Granada News, Blackburn.
Meanwhile, parents and MPs have delivered a petition to Downing Street as part of their campaign to save Manchester's Sure Start centres. They're worried the nurseries will be privatised and they'll lose valuable staff because of redundancies and council cuts. They're now hoping to persuade David Cameron to intervene. In football, it's been confirmed that Carlos Tevez will miss the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester United on Saturday. His hamstring injury will keep him sidelined for up to 4 weeks. But Roberto Mancini has called on his Manchester City players to dismiss the blow and change the history of the club. And Liverpool and Everton ladies helped the new Women's Super League get off to a flying start tonight. They drew 3-3 with goals scored in the 88th and 90th minutes. The league's been switched to summer to raise interest in the sport. Finally, it had fallen into disrepair and looked hopelessly lost forever. But when a group of people got together to try to save the famous Palm House in Liverpool's Sefton Park, the whole community got behind them. 10 years on, it's still flourishing, as Andy Bonner reports.
Broken windows, buckled metalwork, generally unloved. The way the Palm House had been left was not Liverpool's finest hour. But a group of people had enough and decided to raise the money to take it back to its former glory.
Restoring the Palm House was no easy task. Not only did they have to remove all the palms and plants here while work was underway before putting them back, they also had to replace all the glass in the building, all 3,712 panels.
Stunning glass structures now a successful wedding venue. The profits keep the place open and support its important community events. But what's the one thing that stands out for those lucky enough to call this place their office?
Leaving it in the evening when you see it lit up, and after 10 years that still feels like quite an emotional moment. There's nothing quite like it. It's just glows and shines there.
And with praise like that, the success of the Palm House will no doubt continue to grow.
A truly beautiful place. Well, let's see what the weather's doing now with Joe.
For the weather you really want, Jet2.com, Manchester's leading leisure airline.
Hello again. Not long until the weekend now. It's looking a little bit dull though tomorrow with a few April showers around. Better for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday will feel warmer with more in the way of sunshine. Overnight tonight, largely dry for many places. Parts of Lancashire and Cumbria are seeing some light or patchy rain or drizzle. Clear skies further south, and temperature-wise, 6 or 7 Celsius means we're free from frost. Those are the sun times, up at 6:12 and down at 8:12. Tomorrow, again, a little bit of bright or sunny weather if you're lucky, but lots of cloud around, a fair few showers, some of these sharp during the afternoon, and temperatures again hovering around 14 or 15 Celsius in a light to moderate southwesterly breeze, just making it feel cool along Irish Sea coasts. It's better on Saturday and Sunday, highs of around 16, largely dry on both days with some sunshine. Good night.
Jet2.com, Manchester's leading leisure airline.
Thanks, Joe, and that's it from us so far this evening. Don't forget that you can get more from us on Twitter, Facebook and on our website at itv.com/Granada. We're back at 6:15 in the morning. Until then, have a very good night. Bye-bye.
Heading from north to south, Caroline Quintin is taking a passage through India at 11:35. Now, though, nothing quite so exotic, but it is all-inclusive. It's the final trip to Benidorm.
Whether it's Benidorm, Bermuda or Bora Bora, it's great to come home to your own bed. Dreams for a great night's sleep.
Look, there's probably a very simple explanation to all this. It's just a case of retracing your steps.
But I've told you, I just woke up and he was gone.
What was the last memorable thing Donald said to you last night?
Hold that position, I'll just go and rinse this under a tap. I mean, it's just not like him to go wandering off. Never mind miss a meal.
What time did you wake up?
8 o'clock.
OK, it's 10:30 now, so we know one thing for definite.
What's that?
He's been missing 2.5 hours.
Well done, Holmes. Another case solved.
Which one of you is Jacqueline Stewart?
Oh, and here's Dr. Watson.
That's me.
There is a phone call for Joe. Joe's husband's clothes have been found on the gay nudist beach.
Oh, what relief. Thank you. You see, I knew he'd turn up.
Well, I wish he'd said he was going.
It is not your husband who has been found, just his clothes. Oh, and there is a note from him, too, saying he has been committed to suicide. Another screaming orgasm?
No. I think I've had my last one.
Natalie, I need to speak to you.
She don't want to talk to you. I can speak for myself, thanks. I don't want to talk to you. Do you want me to knock him out? I'll knock him out if you want me to knock him out. Just say the words and I'll knock him out. Don't be stupid.
But I can explain about last night.
I saw you getting pushed in a police van full of prostitutes wearing a dress and high heels. What is there to explain?
But this was not for me. I mean, this was a mistake. This is why you're no good as a girlfriend, always jumping on conclusions.
Listen, stay away from Natalie or it'll be me jumping on your greasy head.
Why are you so angry?
It's a little thing called loyalty. You wouldn't know about it.
Hey, I know about this loyalty. Last night, I was helping a friend. She needed a date. I mean, he needed a date. I mean, he had a friend who needed...
Hey, amigo, what happened to you last night?
What happened to me?
Yeah, I came out of the restaurant, you'd gone. I expect you'd got cold feet. No worries, though. We had a great night. I'm seeing them both again tomorrow.
You have no idea the trouble you caused me. I was speaking to a man outside, then the next thing I know, you're seeing both of them.
Yeah, turns out they're cousins. As my old granny used to say, keep it in the family.
Are you sure this is all true? And not just your sad attempt to get in with Nat? Because I'll tell you now, you and her, it's never going to happen.
I swear to you. He said he just has flings with girls here because he's married. He's got kids and all.
Right.
Hey, barman. Another white wine and another shot of Winderline.
That's not Winderline. That's top quality ouzo.
Do I look as though I give a shit?
No, you've got me on that one. Hey, son, you're cooking it fine, aren't you? What time's your flight?
Approximately 2 hours ago.
Right, you stay here. I'll give Dodgy Dave a ring. He does a good taxi run to Alicante for €40. Right. Hang on. You did say 2 hours to go.
2 hours ago. I missed my flight. Dad, I don't want to leave.
Oh, no, come on, son, don't be like that. Your mum will be missing you.
She hasn't rang or text once since I've been here.
Well, because she knows you're on your holidays. She doesn't want to be bothering you when you're having fun in the sun.
Text her every day.
Well, what do you want to stay here for? There's no work. You've got nowhere to stay. You don't know anybody. Son, there's nothing here for you.
You're here. I miss you, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was just a bit of an embarrassment to you, like.
What? Just because you dress up in women's clothes? What's that got to do with anything? It don't change the person you are inside. I have never heard you say a bad word against anyone. You do the things that make you happy, but never at the expense of others. You are the most generous, kind, patient, thoughtful, loving person I have ever met. You're no embarrassment to me, Dad. You're my hero.
What's a woman got to do to get a drink round here?
Right, where's this Tricky Dicky or whatever he's called?
Lucky Kev. You were supposed to be leaving a set of keys to the bar behind reception. I'll ask.
Look, why don't you lot stay here? We're only putting a lick of paint on the place.
Oh, no, you're not going anywhere without me. Don't want your sticky fingers in the till creaming off the profits.
What profit? It's not going to be open today.
You haven't got any keys. I knew it. This whole venture's going to be a disaster. I'm surrounded by amateurs.
If you want to open this bar completely on your own, you go ahead. I'm very happy sitting on my arse with a beer in the sun.
Oh, that'll make a change. You've done little else for the last week.
What do you want me to do? I'm supposed to be on holiday.
My husband was right about you. Born idle.
Right. Goodbye.
Oh, that's right. Abandon me. A poor defenceless widow left to fend for herself.
Is she taking the piss?
Mick, come back here.
Hiya. Sorry, mate. Right, I've got the keys. Should we go?
What happened to you?
Hey? Oh, this. Somebody in the pub last night bet me €100 that I couldn't lift the back of my own head.
Did you manage it?
No. It's impossible, apparently.
Get away.
Hey, listen, I brought you some free passes for Terra Mythica, you know the big theme park?
Oh, yeah?
No, they've all got to come with us to make sure I keep my hands out the till.
I didn't think we were opening today.
I don't mind taking Michael to the theme park. You know me, anything for the kiddies.
Yeah, that's you, Madge. You're all heart. See you later. Come on.
Here, give them here. How many we got? We might be able to sell some.
Do you think he stopped himself?
Well, he had 3 months to live. Who knows what was going through his mind?
What would you do if you were told you only had 3 months to live?
I don't know. I suppose I would travel as much as my health would allow. There's so much of the world I haven't seen. Animals migrating in the Serengeti, the Great Coral Reef, the dunes of the Sahara, the Taj Mahal, Petra.
You'd want to see all them places, plus the dog from Blue Peter.
The ancient Nabatean city of Petra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I just want to get as much sex as was humanly possible.
They say they can't start looking for him till he's been missing for 24 hours. But I know he's gone. He left a note.
My darling Jacqueline, the time has come to say goodbye. I kissed you as you were sleeping before I left. This is how I will remember you. I want you to remember me as the life and soul of the party, not some unrecognizable figure wasting away in a hospital bed. Until we meet again on the other side, forever yours, Donald. P.S. If my body is ever found, I'd like to be buried in Benidorm.
Oh.
Flying bodies back to the UK can be hellishly expensive.
If he is washed up on the beach, you could always pop him in a wheelchair and just tell the cabin crew he's absolutely rat-arsed. I mean, flying back from Benidorm, he wouldn't be the first.
Thank you, Kenneth. Jacqueline, if there's absolutely anything we can do, just let us know.
Well, actually, there is one thing. I know it sounds silly, but I just can't bear the thought of him without his hat.
Of course it's not silly.
Sorry, we are assuming he's dead, aren't we? I mean, the hat didn't help him swim or anything like that.
Kenneth!
Well, I don't know.
It's a shame we couldn't hire a boat or something. You know, get a bit further out to sea.
Why don't you go over to that jetty and do it from there?
For once, he has a good idea. I knew it had to happen at some point.
I could have a go on that skiing thing while you do it.
I think not. This is supposed to be a dignified ceremony, not some kind of 1830 beach party. Now, how do we get to the jetty?
Wherever you go on holiday, it's great to come home to your own bed. Dreams for a great night's sleep.
Good luck. It's all yours.
Show us what you've got.
You were awesome. Come on! Hey! I thought the day couldn't get any weirder.
Britain's Got Talent, Saturday at 8:20, ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
The Home Secretary has requested that I dispatch an intelligent officer to Wiltshire.
Mr. Witcher must come and go here without let or hindrance until the truth is known.
If he truly wants justice for his son, he mustn't stop me from getting to the truth.
The arrival of a Metropolitan Police officer will be followed by a swift arrest. No such thing has happened.
It is you who is desperate. I can see it in your face.
The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher, coming soon to ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Dreams, your passport to a great night's sleep.
Queues all around the block. It'd be like that time me and Mel went to Northley Safari Park. £20 to get in and a monkey shat on the windscreen. So they con.
There aren't that many people. It won't take long.
Here, give me them free tickets. I'll waive them at her.
Mother, we're still going to have to queue even if we've got free tickets.
Here. Look! Free! Gratis! No queue!
Mother, will you give over? We're just going to have to wait our turn.
There you go. Nobody queues when there was my job, eh?
Nice one, Nana.
Adelante. Gracias. As my Mel used to say, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
mind if I said a few words?
What's it got to do with you?
Oh, yes, I'd love that.
The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. All thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash out a word of it.
Until we meet again.
Beautiful.
Hey, please move back. This area is very dangerous, okay?
So, what have you got planned for the rest of the day? Anything good?
Kenneth, what an insensitive question.
Well, I was only asking.
The police said something about meeting up with the British consulate, but I can't face that today. I'm absolutely drained. I just want to spend some time on my own, gather my thoughts, let it all sink in. You know, quiet, peaceful reflection.
Okay? Go!
Oh my God! Oh my
What the bloody hell's going on there?
Oh, that's them young Spanish lads. They're bloody fearless on that thing. Hey, I just realised. Gave your missus the wrong envelope. These are the free tickets to Terra Mythica.
So what did you give them?
That must have been the application form I filled in to work there when I thought this place was going under.
They'll be all right. Janice has got some money. That's not a Spanish lad. It's a woman.
Oh, yeah? Bloody hell. Never seen anyone do it on their back before.
If that's who I think it is, she's had a